Hey everyone, welcome. And this time I wanted to just kind of explain the difference between a tarot card and an oracle card. So I'm going to be using these a lot in my readings. I'll be using a lot more oracle cards, which I haven't been using on my other channel because they're not really needed for those. But when I'm doing self-discovery, oracle cards can be a very useful tool in helping you recognize and helping you understand to bring into focus things that you need to work on. And they're very helpful, and they can be very supportive, and they can be very uplifting, and they sometimes can be very blunt. So let's find out the difference. I just wanted to share this with you. So we have a tarot card, which many people are very, familiar with, because a lot of tarot readers online, when they will use the basic standard Rider-Waite Smith. So the difference between an oracle and a tarot. The tarot is a very structured system. It has a framework that is structured. So like you have your major arcanas, right? And then you have your minors, which is here's all your swords. And it's a very structured set. It's like a deck of cards. Very structured. Here's your wands. And then you have your cups. And then you have your pentacles, right? So it's very structured. It's very easy. You have your majors, your minors. And we do readings within this structure to help build a picture. So that is what tarot is. Tarot is a very structured system. And then once you have that structured system, you'll find that you can use pretty much almost any deck once you understand the basics. So this is like the Thelema. It still follows the same structure. So here's your Five of Pentacles, you have your Ten of Wands, this is not in order, so Three of Wands, you have your majors, the Chariot, so it follows the structure, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, and they're very similar, right? So, Pentacles, I'm surprised I haven't seen too many. There's the Magician. So, and there's that, and there's a plethora, a ton of different. Here's the Witches, so same thing. There's the Magician. So you may get different images, but they're still based on a structure, and depending on the images, right, will convey an understanding that is, that will give a little bit more information than probably maybe what the standard Rider-Waite would give you. So it comes into the person, the artist, and the person who created the deck and what their intent was. But basically, see, like this is different. This would usually be the Devil card, and this is the shadow side. So, so there's small differences between the decks and between the artist and what their themes are. So, but it all pretty much follows the same structure. So that's a tarot. And there's 78 cards, by the way. If you were wondering, 78 cards in tarot. So now let's go over to oracle cards. So oracle cards do not have a structure. So this is the Work Your Light, right? And these guys they don't have any. Most of them, some of them have numbers, but it's more or less for the order of the cards, but it's not really any specific meaning. Like tarot, numbers have meanings, And these guys are just more of like 1 card draws, 3 card draws. You could do, different bigger draws on these, on using oracle cards, but each one is not based on a structure. It's based on the artist's intent and the author's intent on what they are trying to convey in each deck. So, but usually they are they'll give like, they'll give the name of the card, and a lot of times they'll give a small description of what the card is. So it kind of helps you along the way without having to dig into books. So oracle cards don't have it. And I think there are way more oracle cards out there because they don't follow a structure, so they can, and they have different themes. So for instance, like we have the angel cards. There are a lot of angel cards out there. I'm trying to see. I know I have another one. I only got a few examples here to kind of show you. So here's some angel cards. Here's some more angel cards. So if you're drawn to angel energy, there are cards with that. Like I said, they have a book that will explain each card and how it relates to what you're trying. But like I said, they don't have any structures. It's just basically on what the person, the author, and the artists are depicting. And it's what you're drawn to. You know what I mean? It's all about what you're drawn to. You have other cards, like the Sacred Power cards. There's some pictures of some of them. So it's just basically what you're drawn to. This one's a new release, the Blue Messiah. You know, it's what you're most drawn to. All the cards that I'd be using, they're all very pretty much they're easily available. You can find them in your bookstore or you can find them online. I don't use, when it comes to oracle cards, I don't use a whole bunch of cards that are indie cards, because if you are looking for a card deck to kind of help you and assist you forward, you would want to be able to find it easily. Now, if you the deeper you go into all of this, and the more you want to find, and if you find an indie deck that calls out to you, by all means get it, because they're great. I really like oracle cards to complement my tarot readings, or it gives me a launching point to discuss. So you can see there's just a ton, and hopefully I'll be using a lot of them. So this one's a kind of a cute deck. I like this deck. It's very cute. So the key is to prayer. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. So kind of, it's just they're tidbits of helpful advice to help you get through. So, and as you go through it, you'll see how I use them, and if they work for you, then by all means you can go out and get them. So the one cards I'll probably be using a lot to kind of help launch discussions will be the surrender cards. I think they're a very powerful set of cards in helping us deal and tackle with daily problems. And we'll get into all of that. But I just wanted to show you that oracle cards are not part of a structured system, but they are definitely there, and there's plenty of styles, and they're all extremely different from one another. So it's just what you're drawn to and what you need at that time. And when you have tarot, you have your basics, but with tarot you have all these different styles too, right? But the tarot decks, they are more, they're structured. They all follow a set. I mean, the cards are recognizable. They may be different art. They may be different styles of art. They can have different themes, but they follow a set structure. There's usually a major arcana, and then there's a minor arcana, and they follow this familiar structure. So those are the differences. I hope this helps you, and let's get started. We'll talk to you soon.